Okay, hello. My name is Lieutenant Colonel Rhonda Crew. I am a nursing officer in the Canadian Armed Forces, and I'm currently going through transition to civilian life. I participated in 2018 as one of the co-captains. I was awful. I'm just going to tell you right out there. It doesn't matter. What really mattered is I got that companionship and I got that feeling of belonging to a team, and the people that I was on in the games with were just amazing. Many of them I keep in touch with to this day. This sign, one of the other competitors made this sign for me after the games. It's just a thank you, and it was really nice to get to know you. This moment has a good and a bad to it, I guess. So I was doing the 1500 race. I guess 100 meters into it, I was like, something is wrong, and I don't know what's wrong. It was like terrifying. I was like, something is wrong. My body is not working appropriately. So I kept running, and I was slowing down, and I was being lapped, and I was just like, when I was doing the backside of the loop, there was a gentleman who had two prosthetic legs, and he was running faster than me, trying to keep me going, right? And he's like, come on, come on. And then the rest of the runners were all finished, and I still had a lap and a half to do. On the big jumbotron, they put up the name Rhonda, and they put like clapping hands, and so this whole stadium of thousands of people are cheering Rhonda, Rhonda, trying to get me to keep going, right? And I mean, I was in agony, and I didn't know what was wrong, but I was in agony. So I finally finished the run, and I thought I was going to die. Anyways, that's when I broke my foot. I broke my foot in the first 100 meters, and so I ran 1.5 kilometers on a broken foot is why I was in so much pain. At the start of the race, what I always did was, how does it go? Courage to victory, I think it is, for sign language. Because I have some trouble hearing. I was near a blast overseas, and I have hearing loss, so I wasn't able to hear the start because they don't use a pistol at the Invictus Games. So the organizers set it up so that they had a light for me that would come on so I'd know it was time to start running. So because of that, I always did the courage to victory at the start. And when I walked out of the stadium that day after my horrible run, there was a lady that stopped me, and she and her son were both deaf. And they thanked me for including them in the Invictus Games because they love the games, but they couldn't hear, and so they missed a lot, and they were just so proud that there was someone out there that was signing. That family, knowing that they were there and couldn't hear anything but were supporting us and doing their best to support us, and then came to find me personally and thank me, was a pretty high note of those games. It gave me chills that day, and I cried when I left. Like, I was crying already because I was in pain, but I was crying like crazy afterwards. And I'm currently going through transition to civilian life. And so my release is related to my mental health concerns that arose from initially a sexual assault that happened in Bosnia-Herzegovina when I was there. I hid it for many, many years, which is not surprising. Many people do that. I didn't deal with my own mental health issues, and then you compile on release and also COVID, so it's been very difficult. So I was just joking, and walk into a room and never remember why I'm there, but I can tell you every song from the 80s that I went to high school in. And I truly believe that that has a lot to do with mental strain, anxiety, stress, and some depression. I've actually talked to my psychologist about it because I'm like, I think I've got early dementia. And she says that no, I don't, or that it's highly unlikely, but that is absolutely normal, that with PTSD, it makes me feel better knowing that it is normal. We also discussed about how during the pandemic, even when we're not doing anything, I feel exhausted. There's a lot of negativity out there, and I'm trying to be positive to try to keep myself healthy. I don't always win that. Sometimes I'm a grumpy little bear, and I say things I don't want to say. And to keep track of my mental health, one of the things I've been doing is a lot of crafting. For me, crafting is like meditating. I've been making so many masks, it's crazy, and for a lot of the people on my team, I actually made them masks that say I am Invictus, and I certainly did make some friendships that'll last me a very, very long time, as did my husband on his games. So We still say he's got a bromance with a couple of the guys that they just keep in touch all the time. It's wonderful. My husband, then Sergeant Dwayne Bryson, search and rescue technician, had a catastrophic injury during training exercise, and as such he now has a significant brain injury. He requires assistance with most things. He was a triathlete and an Ironman for many years, and he wanted to keep his fitness up as best he could. Soldier On was, I'd say, instrumental in that. He participated in the 2016 Invictus Games, and then he actually bought a recumbent bike, and he used the funds from Soldier On to help him with that, the grant that's available. I personally bought a regular upright bike using the grants as well. We still do cycle together, not as much anymore because of course it's winter. Last summer, Dwayne would go out every single day with me and his nurse, possibly both of us, and go around the neighborhood. As for me, I probably only got out on my bike 3 times last year, and I think it was related to the negative messaging of COVID and depression and knowing that I had gained weight and just not feeling comfortable about myself in my spandex. So now that I'm a little trimmer and feeling a little bit better, I'm actually going to set up my bike on the spinner in the basement so that I'm able to do that. As for my husband Dwayne, his bike has been set up upstairs the whole time. He's in a wheelchair, so he can't come to the basement. So I emptied out a bedroom up front of the house for a cycle room for him, and he's really happy because he gets to look out and see the people walking by. So we love biking in general. It's just nice to get out. I think we've got to remember the nice positives. Spending time with your family. I mean, my husband is very ill and he doesn't have a long life expectancy anymore. Having this last year, being able to stay home with him, he's almost no longer able to speak now. So I was able to have that last year with him while he still was able to speak. So I'm trying to look at it the positive way as much as possible, or at least I am today, because it's a good day. Maybe tomorrow will be different. But the scale was down this morning. I feel good. My computers are working, so it's a good day.